Hey, this is Puneet back again. Now, the point is when you use XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP, you can only get the first matching value or the last matching value. Now, in Excel, there is a specific function that you can use to write a formula that allows you to have any matching value from the data. So let's say you want to have the second, third, or fourth, or nth value in return. So make sure to watch this video, and now let's get started. If you have filter function in your Excel version, then it's really easy to have the nth lookup value in return. So I'm going to start with the filter function and I'm going to specify the entire array. And in the include, I'm going to go with the customer name. And here the condition is to get the customer name from the cell E2. And here I'm going to close this function and you can see I get all the matches in return, but I only won, using the nth value. So what I'll do, I'll use the index function. I'll wrap this filter function with the index function. And in the index function, let me just use the array from the filter function, that array I'm getting from the filter function, and then the row number is here, that's the nth value, and 0 for the column. So here I'm getting the nth value. So Charlie, the second lookup row where the customer Charlie is the nth value is in the row 7, and that is why I'm getting this value from the row 7. The order number is 1005, and here I have the order number 105. And if I change the customer name from here, from Charlie to Elise, you can see the second lookup value is in the row 3 and the order number is 1001, and that is why I'm getting this row from here in return. And if I change the nth value from here from 2 to 3, I get value where the order number is ORD1009, and that is in the row 11th. All right, so here is the formula that you can use if you don't have Excel 365 or dynamic formulas in your Excel version. So let me rewrite this formula for you and show you how to use this formula for yourself. So first of all, I'm going to use the row function and specify the entire data range that I have. And let me close it. Now, the moment I enter this function, I get the sequence of row numbers starting from 1 to 21. But the problem with the sequence is when I change the range, let's say from A1 to A2, it gives me row numbers starting from 2. And this is something I don't want. I want to have row numbers starting from 1, even if I have 15 rows or 10 rows or 20 rows. So for this, what I'll do, I'll use the min function and again the row function. And again, I'm going to specify the data, close the function, -1 from the row function and close the min function. And now when I hit enter, I again get this sequence of row numbers from 1 to 21. But now this entire row numbers from 1 to 21 is dynamic. So my row numbers will always start from 1, even if I have 15 rows, 10 rows, 20 rows. And now in the next part, I'm going to use if function here to create a logical test. So the logical test is to test the customer name column with the name that I have in the cell E2. Now let me close the if function and hit enter. Now you can see I have this array here where I have row numbers only for the customer name that I have here in the cell E2. So I have Elise, and Elise is there in row 2, row 3, and row 11. And that's why you can see I have row number 2, 3, and 11, and rest all the rows is false, the entire array. So now let me move ahead and enter the small function. And in the small function, I'm using the array that I'm getting from the if formula and then using the nth value from this cell. So instead of getting all the row numbers, I'm getting only that row number for which I have here the nth value. So if I change it from 3 to 2, I'll get the row number 3. And you can see here, I have Elise in the row 3. And when I say 1, it gives me 2 because I have Elise for the first place in the row 2nd. And now I just need to wrap this entire formula with the index function. Index function here, and let me start with the selecting the entire data again. So that's my array. I have row number from this small formula, the entire if statement and the small formula, and then I'm going to use 0 for the column number. And now the moment I hit enter, I get the exact row based on the nth value. So if I change it from here, let's say 2, it gives me the second row, the second nth value, the second lookup match for the customer Elise. So if I go with, let's say if I go with Charlie, so the second lookup value is in the row 7th. So let me change it from here. And you can see for the second lookup value for Charlie is mouse and order number ORD1005, and that's we have here in the row 7. So that's how you can write this amazing formula in Excel if you don't have Excel 365 or dynamic formulas in your Excel version.